Y'all heard about Life Jennings? The apparently was getting onto an American Airlines flight and was stopped by the guy at the front desk who before the camera comes on must have asked him a couple times, is there going to be any problems on the flight? You hear on the video Life kind of be like, no, this is the third time I'm telling you there's not going to be any problems or whatever. He said, okay, cool, have a good day or whatever. Life starts walking on to the flight. The whole time he's, kind of saying his thing, kind of bashing American Airlines and what I would say is kind of dropping a few race bombs, but yeah. So I'm interested, Dom, what you think about that, and
What do you
your opinions.
consider a race bomb?
Well, I just say like
What do you
he's
consider a
saying
race
like
bomb in that?
the white lady, the yada yada yada. I'm just saying like using a racial term to describe a person. At the end of the day, it had I don't feel uh I wasn't in that situation. I don't know what happened, but just based on what I can see, um, you know, there was an issue between him and a couple of individuals. It wasn't like the entire American Airlines as a company was out to get him. It was, from his perspective, a few bad apples. And so I don't think that it makes any sense to, attribute race to the lady. Like, it was just a lady at the front desk. That's it. But why it even got to be anything race related? You know what I'm saying? She don't hold any power
Hmm.
over him, is what I'm trying to get at with her role.
Okay, okay. He could just
Yeah.
see color. Some people say they don't see color. Some people, they see color. Um, but I would say that it is weird that if I pay for my ticket, let's just say as a normal person, what
Yeah.
do? I go to the counter, I show them my ID and everything, and they give me my ticket. It's over with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I go to the counter, I show them all my shit, and they go, well, sir, we don't think this is really you. I'm going to first have to go, okay, why don't you think this is me, even though I showed you the information like I would any other time? And if you go, well, it's because it's a first class flight. What's the difference? I still showed you my information. Why are you not believing it's me? I
Yeah.
guess that would be my only question on that part. Because then you have to go. Because when people say, like, we're not going to attribute race to something, you have to go, okay, I've broke down all my other factors of why y'all could be acting. Maybe you're just having a bad day. All right, but why is the next person asking me then? And then why is the next
Yeah.
person asking me? Why are all y'all seemingly conspiring to have to ask me, are you supposed to be on this? Are you supposed to be in first class? And from his perspective, I could see him going, well, damn, this is getting annoying. Why do y'all keep doing this? There's no other reason because I didn't give you all my information besides the fact that it's coming down to my appearance.
But is that
And
is sorry. I just want to
maybe he
quickly.
could think, he didn't look like, they thought he didn't look like he's supposed to be there.
I just want to quickly jump in there and ask, do you think based on his appearance, because it was something I was thinking about just before you said it, is do you think that by appearance it has to do with his skin color or perhaps his attire?
Both.
Okay, so here's the thing, because other people of other races dress wearing certain attire, and black people also dress wearing other attire outside of perhaps what he was wearing, right? Because just quickly what we saw was him wearing black sunglasses, right? Some big ass glasses, a hat, a bucket cap, and then a mask over his face, right? So, and then I don't know really what he was wearing like clothes wise, but I would assume that, like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions, but I'm just
That's
simply
what I'm
saying,
saying.
like,
Why would the assumption be made
because
that your clothes decide how much money
no,
you make
because
before?
no, it's not necessarily your clothes decide what or determine how much money you make, but it's to say, like, if I was in a three-piece suit, right? What is your assumption going to be? versus if I'm in like, if I'm in some, let's just, I don't know what he was wearing, but just assuming I was wearing like
I would just say,
I'm wearing some like baggy clothes plus some, I'm smelling like dank. You know what I'm saying? Like
you just added on to it though.
No,
it's
I'm
like
just,
we're talking
I'm
about
asking,
him situation. We don't know all that.
I know, because this is the greater point that I'm trying to get at is that a lot of times Black folks who are like us, where we dress the way that we dress, right? We could dress fancy. We could dress with in a 3-piece suit. We could dress with a collar down, button down, whatever, right? Or we could dress a little different, right? And what I mean by a little different is, you could have and it's not just dressed, it's everything. It's like, it's how you smell. Like if a nigga comes in smelling like weed versus a nigga coming in smelling like cologne, those give off two different vibes to another person. So if they see a person wearing,
like are you saying specifically a Black person does that, or if anyone does that?
Anybody does it. Anybody does it. Because if a white person or a Mexican or an Asian person came in and they were wearing some like stereotypical hip hop culture clothing, right? And they smell like weed, and they're, you feel me, got their headphones on, they're ignoring people, and they're, you feel me, like we're asking, hey, can you pull down your mask, and you talking about, I don't want to pull my shit down, or like, I'm not trying to make assumptions. I'm just simply saying,
this is the specific scenario that you're creating.
So it is a specific scenario, but
we're not saying this is what happened to Lyfe Jennings for everybody watching.
Right. I'm not saying this happened to Lyfe Jennings. I'm just simply saying, like, generally speaking, if people like, it could have people's assumption about you could have more to do with the way that you appear, but not necessarily because of your skin tone. It could just simply be like the way that you present yourself. Exactly. And that's where I think a lot of people quickly jump to race. They're like, oh, you did that because I'm Black. And it's like, because if a Black person was exactly like you, but just wearing something different, or made a first impression differently than you did, would they also get the same reaction from that person, right? Or if a white person dressed similar,
I was about to say, because I think his comparison would have been if a white guy was dressed the same way and he was like, I got first class and I just show you my ID. Think about it. We all go to the airport. We all dress down and we just show the ID on a regular ticket. So if a dude's like, I'm first class, I'm showing you my ID, it matches everything, and you're going off of the way I dress, that I don't look like, nigga, would you have done that to a white person? Like he has that in his head, maybe, that like, oh shit. And I think he wasn't calling American Airlines the company racist. He's saying, y'all work for American Airlines. Well, nigga, this is what is being represented. Just like if you work for any other company, I'm gonna see you. I'm not gonna see the whole company as a whole. I'm just saying, you got the AT&T shirt, nigga. AT&T sucks because you suck, nigga.
Yeah, and that's, you just actually touched on a point where you said, like, they are representing American Airlines. The same thing could be said about people in the Black community. Same thing could be said about people in the white community or any other community, the LGBT community, right? Is like, if you see,
well, I mean, Black people are held by, hey, well, one person does stand for, like, when people like, well, how do you feel about that for Black people? Like, yeah, I gotta speak for the whole fucking race. Yes.
Right. And well, but that's the thing too.
That's what
like,
they expect of me.
That's why that's why I was saying, oh shit,
get your shit out.
Damn it. My internet is fucked up. Nah, my internet is fucking up again. But no, so what I was gonna say is like, when you say that it's representative of that particular, group, like those people represent American Airlines, I just think we do whatever a disservice by kind of like grouping things in, and Black people hate that, right? All people hate that. All people hate to be a stereotype, or like for stereotypes to be used against them, or for there to be some sort of prejudice, right? And so for him to go out on this rant and calling out American Airlines and like, oh, whoa, it should be some, hey, can I get your name? Can I report you to your manager type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when did we lose sight of that type of behavior? Like I remember back in the day when you would walk into a Target or something and somebody wouldn't help you, they'd be like, no, they'll give you attitude. Okay, let me go ahead and speak with your supervisor. Let me speak with your manager, right? And then you will go and speak with the manager, and then the manager would have things sorted out. Right. But now we got into this culture and this society where we're like, yo, I'm going to air things out on Instagram. I'm going to let everybody know just this behavior that these people are doing. Matter of fact, that white lady over there, you do woo. And then it becomes this whole thing. And it's like, bro, we need to get back to like solving our problems as individuals, right? As adults. We shouldn't be trying to like have the world solve our problem, because all he did is just spin up controversy. We're talking about it now. You feel me? And it was just like, it was a one-to-one interaction. Didn't nobody else need to be included in that? But now it causes this division, because now you're going to have people undoubtedly, this story came out like 30, 45 minutes ago. So you're undoubtedly going to have people saying, see how they treat us. Who's us? You click on the page, it's a black person, us. So you're saying us black people? Because that's not how they're treating us. That's how they treated that person. And it's not even they, it's those two individuals or whoever was involved that treated that person that way. I just think we do ourselves and the others in all communities a disservice when we like
I would say what you're thinking is not a thing we did in the past. In the past, people called out racism. It just wasn't videotaped. I think now there may be added extra to it, because you now know you can record some shit and get a following off of it, as far as like people to back you up and say like, yeah, that was wrong. And yes, it does do us a disservice to not start thinking in the future of, hey, this is a one-on-one encounter. But at the same time, I can understand where a black person in this country, given everything that they now know, because they are able to research on their own and do their own history searches, they could be like, no, I know this country has a history of doing things based on people's race. So you guys may have been treating me a certain way based on my race. So he could, in his own head, assume that not everybody's mature enough to just go, well, it's a one-on-one first, and then let's talk this all the way out till we get to the point where you say, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were a black person. Like, who's going to come out and be like, oh, I thought it's because you were black that, no one's ever going to just be like, oh yeah, I thought it was your race. That's why. Sorry. They're just going to be like, well, sir, we just wanted to make sure the policy standard right. And, so a motherfucker be like, look at nigga, I'm tired of that shit. I'm not finna let this shit stand. And he may have been that guy who's like, this is my chance to make a stand or something. Cause I ain't heard of Life Jennings since early 2000s, when he was making music. I didn't even know nigga was still first class traveling.
Isn't that a great way to, isn't that a great way to garner attention around yourself though? Is to, play the victim card, and now people start talking about you because niggas ain't heard about it.
Somebody gotta give you the card though. If nobody gave him the card, he wouldn't have anything to play victim for.
Yeah. So you said something. You said, quickly, let's include E into this because he ain't really said anything. E,
he been blowing it down the whole time. Like, oh, nigga, I was thinking.
Thinking. As far as, because, like, bruh, you talking to somebody that's used to that. You know what I'm saying? That's always stereotype. You feel me? Niggas come up to me with some bullshit just off of the way I look, and it's like, bro, I'm one of the coolest niggas you ever meet. Like, you was afraid for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, bro, big and black dude, nigga, like dreads, like, and nigga, sure. I like Mexican food just like you. You feel me? So like stereotypes, nigga, has always been a problem for me, just because I always been outsized, different. I'm a dark skinned nigga too. You know what I mean? So yeah. With that just comes it. Yeah, for sure. I figured out a way how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
When you hear race things, Will, does it pull you in both directions? Because I know for E, it's probably like, nigga, I'm clearly seen as a black person. Like nobody ever.
100%.
Yeah, like his experience in life is even different than mine, because some people have told me like, oh, you're a fair skinned black person. I'm like, what the fuck? Fair skin, nigga, what does that mean? Like, oh, you're not as dark as other, you're not as dark as me. No. Like, oh, okay. Like,
put
nigga,
it in perspective. Yeah. Put it in perspective. First time I got, you feel me, ooh-wops, and fucking was doing some time. The judge, not knowing me, you feel me, not knowing me from a different liquor can of paint, nothing. Off the rip of what I looked like at the time, you got to think I played at 235, you feel me, husky. Dreads was short, but my tips was dyed, you feel what I'm saying? So blonde tips, and off of the strength of what I looked like and what I was accused of, fucking, he said, he looks like a savage. He was like he was out there looking savagely, whoopty whoop, and it's like, bruh, like you knowing
Dehumanizing.
it. Yeah, like, bruh, you don't even know a nigga. Like, maybe a bad decision or whatever the case may be, or even accused of something that you don't even know yet. You know what I mean? Something like that. But it was off of the strength of what I look like. And when my mom she replayed it all the time. She was like, I will never forget the time, you feel me, the judge, whoopty whoop, said this about you, whoopty whoop. Like, that hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Knowing you, that hurt me. And I was just like off the stereotype of what I look like, dark skinned nigga with some bright tips, short dreads, you feel me? And off of that, nigga just made a mark of my character, not knowing a nigga, you know what I'm saying? But the look fit the
Well, I
stereotype.
agree. I agree that is 100% like unacceptable to even like to dehumanize people. I mean, you got to be a pretty fucking nasty ass person to be like
Yeah.
for me to dehumanize you. You got to be somebody like you got to be like a pedophile. You got to be a murderer. You got to
When
be
you
like
dehumanize someone, it's like I'm doing this so that I can do something to you, motherfucker. I can think a certain way about you now that I
yeah.
never
I don't have to.
wanted
I
to
don't
think
have to
about a human.
hold. Right. I don't have to. I don't have to kind of like provide any sort of like oh well if I looked at you as an equal then maybe I'll be a little less harsh on you so I can understand it that however because of the situation that was presented right there was reason for him to judge your character that's the only thing I'm saying not necessarily saying that what he said was correct I'm just simply saying there was reason for him to like be put in a situation to even have a judgment about your
That's
character.
what he said. Look like a predator. It was like, look like a predator. He looks like a predator.
Hey, I'm not
What the
gonna
fuck?
lie. I'm not gonna
Maybe he
lie.
meant the
I
Predator
can, I
movie,
can,
bro.
I can definitely, yeah, I can definitely see him saying that. That nigga looks like
Yeah,
a
He's
he's
predator.
like, God damn, that
yeah,
motherfucker's
What if
big.
he
He
was
looks
trying
like a
to?
fucking
Yeah, what
predator
if
out
he was
there.
trying to bust a joke?
Right. And he's trying to
bro.
be
That's
light
what
with you.
that.
But and
Hey,
then
but
But
because
it
you're in a
was.
hey,
situation where you're like super, like, nigga, this is affecting my life, and you over here cracking jokes. This nigga's trying to lighten some shit up. He's like, it's not a big deal. But for you, you're like, nigga, this is a huge deal. I did something wrong. I know I did something wrong, and now niggas
Yeah.
about to discipline me for it, and you want to crack jokes? No, no, but I
but for
not to
every,
crack jokes about it.
yeah, because
Yeah,
for
go ahead,
every
sorry.
Elon, just to be informational, for every Elon, there's at least 100 people who never did anything to deserve to be dehumanized.
Yeah,
Literally, illegal, got him on
and
an
he
illegal
did
conviction or
just. I
some
just want to
shit.
make sure we make clear he didn't deserve to be dehumanized either, despite what happened. Because you said like there's a bunch of Elons
Yeah.
out there who are.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I'm saying like,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
for
yeah,
every person who like got judged because they did something and they're
yeah,
like, oh shit, like I'm in this position. There's people who probably didn't do shit and
yeah,
still got
yeah, yeah, yeah,
dehumanized, thrown in jail, all that shit. So it's
yeah,
like, bruh, it just, I'm sure for a person like Life Jennings, if he's had to deal with that before, it probably triggered him. That's what we don't
yeah.
talk about either.
Sure.
Some people can be triggered by
Right.
things, and it's like, bruh, why y'all keep asking me this? This is the third person I had to talk to about this shit. Did they call you? Like, what's going on? That's why I said earlier, like, it could be a conspiracy. He could have been thinking, like, y'all conspiring together to fucking stop me from getting on this plane. Like, why are y'all making it such a big deal? After I talked to the first lady, it should have been a dead deal.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you. I quickly wanted to go back to something that you had said before we went to eat, which
Yeah.
was you had mentioned you had said something about like in how in this country we, have a history of, a certain behavior and treating people of different races differently. Do you think that's
Yeah.
exclusive to the United States, or do you think that that's, every country?
I think it's exclusive to every country that was colonized for sure. I don't think every country just does it.
How many countries do you believe were colonized? Because one could argue every country has, in a sense, been colonized. Because every single country, every civilization has had slavery and has had like a discriminatory factor in who is the slave and who is not. Sometimes that discriminatory factor has been like status, like what family you come from. Sometimes it is based on what the color of your skin is, right?
I'm saying in any case, it's not right first.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, for sure. It's not right. I was just asking because you had said this country, but because whenever I think about this country, I try to look at, I try to like, what's that?
Well, if you're going off a world standard too, if like the world in this country have similar things, that kind of makes it worse for a person to be like, well, shit, then I have every right to think that y'all are treating me weird because of my color, because this shit's happening all around the world. Yeah. That's even that makes it it even more disheartening, nigga. It don't matter where I go, nigga, they gonna do this shit to me.
Yeah. So, because what I wanted to say is like this is the first country, right, to get rid of slavery, to abolish slavery. We know that. We know it's the first country to do that, and so yeah, the country has its flaws. Yeah, the people that make up the country have their flaws as well. But like,
how do we know this is the first country to do that? I've never done any research on that. It never brought to me in no schooling that this was the first country to ever get rid of slavery.
Oh, because if you go back and you look, just do a quick search. You'll find some good info. Like the first country to abolish slavery constitutionally was the United States.
Constitutionally.
Well, if something is not in the Constitution, yeah, there may be areas, there may be pockets where they don't have slaves. They integrate, right? Or they had integrated at some point or another, right? Maybe in the North before they abolished slavery, there might be people in the North that are like, oh, we're gonna like not allow people to be slaves, like the black people, or you're not gonna like be in shackles and shit. That's not okay. But constitutionally, it wasn't forbidden from that happening. It's just like if you choose to allow your slave to be unhinged, that's like your dog walking around without a leash on. Eat all the time walks around with his dog without a leash on. Me, on the other hand, I got to keep that nigga smoking tight. This nigga fucking run around crazy. But so I'm just saying, like, this is historically the first country to abolish slavery, and in that, we are one of the youngest countries. We are the youngest country to abolish slavery, and we're one of the youngest countries in the world. So it's like, for that to be the case, there has to be some credit given there. You know what I mean? Like there has to be somewhere it's like, yo, we're fucking leaders in that space. We're at the forefront. And so yeah, the people of our society, there may be, bad apples or people that are resistant, but on the surface of it, on the whole, we're pretty fucking good as a country. I don't think there's a better country in the world than America, personally. I could be wrong.
On me.
I could be wrong.
I feel that.
I
feel that though.
Yeah. What do you think, E?
Just before E goes in, the first country to officially ever abolish slavery was Haiti, and that's when they took their independence.
And when was that?
1804.
When did America abolish slavery?
officially, America did not abolish slavery. Let me see. Going down this damn list, they got all the countries.
No, because
Hold
you
on,
got to
let me
think
just
they
look up
abolished slavery.
America.
It was later because niggas didn't find out in the South.
You gotta think, yeah, because niggas,
like,
niggas in Texas was like, hell no, nah, bro. Y'all, we fighting Mexicans still, nigga. We need these niggas.
oh me, bro, fucking, it was different all around over here on the U.S. side. You feel me? Like niggas was finding out later in life, and like, damn, bro, we been, we been opening up businesses and shit. Where y'all niggas been like, what? Like, y'all been doing this for how long? Like, nigga, for some time, for some time, and niggas is like, bro, I just escaped. Like, what? How one part of the section on the map just escaped?
Look, for all y'all watching, this is easy job that I'm doing right now. I just thought about this shit. I'm over here trying to type. Hold on, let me do this shit for real. Typing with one hand. What's wrong with me?
Hold on.
Are you gonna do it?
Hold on, what you typing? What you looking?
Never mind. You ain't listening to the conversation.
Oh, looking up America's abolished shit. My fault. That was
1865 for America. So 60 some years later. But I was just saying that because I wanted us to be factual on that because I didn't know myself. That's why when you said it was like, oh shit, I didn't even think about who was the first to actually do it. But we should hold ourselves in a higher esteem than some countries because obviously there's hella other shit that's going on out there that like we could be in worse shape for sure. I think it's just America as a whole, the black people here, we all hold ourselves to a high standard as far as being like better than other countries. So I think anytime people see something like that, it could blow up just because as a country as a whole, we're unified in the thought that we're better than that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, damn, we still dealing with this bullshit. Like one thing I will never forget is when we were in high school and my grandparents were like, oh yeah, y'all got it good. It's, it's getting a lot better. It's crazy out here, but it's getting a lot better. And I remember vividly about 3-4 years ago, they're like, there's a lot of shit that's still the same. We thought a lot of shit changes. Looks like the country's starting to revert. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I kind of try to see or try to lead with like positive intent. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
about being an optimist.
Yeah, because I think, running through life pessimistic and thinking that everyone's out to get you is only going to like lead you down a destructive and dark and lonely path. You know what I mean? It's not, it's the way that your mind operates, you know what I'm saying? The rest of your body. If you're always thinking someone's out to get you, you're constantly looking over your shoulder, you're going to stress more. You're going to, you're going to be more on edge. You're going to be less likely to develop new relationships with people and shit like that. Outside of, your immediate circle or even people you identify with. Right. So it's like, I want, personally, it'd be great if people could push past divisiveness. Although I understand the importance of divisiveness, right? Because we don't want to just include everybody, right? What about the pedophiles and the rapists and the murderers? Do we want to just accept everybody for who they are? Of course not. So we have to separate people, right? But in doing that, there's going to be some fucking hiccups along the way. You're going to have people that are falsely accused, falsely, convicted of shit, and then you're going to be people who get off without ever being even suspected of a thing, right? So it's like it's a shitty situation to be in, but I think in the world that we live in today is completely different than the world, of even 50 years ago.
Do you feel like
200 years
my
ago?
bad.
No,
do
go
you
ahead.
feel like black people are the number 2 in this country? Meaning we literally were 1 and 2 coming into this country. Do you feel like we're the number 2 in this country?
It's hard to say.
And I give the 1 because white, and not to say white people, because Well, yes, white people, because I feel white people is an American thing. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I've been to other countries. White people, when you say that out there, is the offensive fucking term. They want to be named from their fucking country. This race thing that we have is a country thing in other places that turns into a race thing because of just conditioning. But in America is the only place
Well,
where
we conflate
call
nationality with race. That's the problem.
yes, and
Mhm.
because in other countries they still do the black white thing, but it's like, no, I'm a German and you're a Ethiopian. It's like, but I'm from Germany. I was born here. No. You're not a German though. They'll do that type shit to them people. But it's a nationality thing, like Will said. But I was saying, like, if you think about it, 1 and 2, I don't feel like black people in this country as a whole feel like they're the number 2 in this country, even though I think statistically it does show that we are the number 2 in this country as far as middle class, all that good. You know, like if you look at us on as a whole, where we stand, we're not all in poverty and all this shit. Like it shows like a majority of us welfare state and all. That's all a narrative, bro. Like a majority of us are middle class fucking families. Like we're right there. We're the median wealth between a black family and a white family is literally only $10,000, the difference. So you know how before they'd be like, well, a white family's gonna have 100,000 and your average black person's gonna have this. Well, if you're looking at a single, parent, yeah, maybe, but an actual family, like we have a lot of families. It's just not shown. It's not represented, bro. And
Where can they find this information, Dom?
They have a thing called blackdemographics.com. It was black stats by black people, just because people were like, oh, we don't trust, the stats that are coming out, which is understandable because they came out and was like, whoa, nigga, we did our own surveys and found out there's a lot of bullshit out here.
We should leave those websites in the description below so they can find those links and then get to that information.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that just goes to say,
Timestamp that 118.
this nigga. And that just goes to say everybody should do their own due diligence on shit like that.
Everybody got to do their own. Yeah. Man, it's just there's too much shit. You feel me? That's why you got to kind of just like the one thing with me over 2020. I did a lot of learning. I did a lot of reading, and I did a lot of like self-reflecting. You know what I mean? And I think I just kind of got to the point where I was like, yo, you can't fret, you can't stress over this shit because it's gonna bring you down.
Yeah,
so
you
I
definitely shouldn't be
start laughing. Yeah, just laugh at some shit, man. It's a way of coping. You know what I mean? Like some people cry, some people laugh. I choose to laugh when I'm feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And the good thing with laughter though is that it makes people feel good, right? It makes other people feel good when if I can make you laugh or you see me laughing, you're like, oh man, you're doing well, right? Could be, could not be, but I choose to laugh because it feels better than crying, about some shit. You know what I mean?
Respectable. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that leads me to ask, since we're talking about laughter, that just leads me to ask, is all types of comedy acceptable for all ethnic groups?
Can you give us an example? What you mean?
Okay.
I think I know where you're going with it, but for everybody else.
Okay, so can we all agree there's all different types of comedy, correct?
Yeah.
Based on different factors.
As far
clean
as
comedy, dirty comedy, all that kind of shit. Yeah.
Okay, bet. And then let's go as far as me. I'm gonna take myself for example.
Yeah.
I have a wide range of comedy that I like. I like black comedy. I like dry sense of humor comedy. I like white boy jokes comedy. I like all types of comedy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things could get me to laugh. At first, I was kind of sectioned off. I only was laughing at Martin, Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? But then as I grew, you feel me, involved and things of that nature. So my point is to go. if you saw what's old boy that you went to go see? And I was like, and I said, is it this one? And you were like, no.
Oh, when I went to go see, I actually went to go see Joe Rogan, and you thought I was saying Seth Rogen.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right, if
Yeah,
you
that's
were
a
to
big
see if you were to see if you were to see Martin Lawrence doing Joe Rogan type of comedy, would that throw you off? And vice versa, if you were to see Joe Rogan doing DC Young Fly comedy, would that throw you off? Like, is comedy is it doable by everybody, or is it certain lanes people got to stay in? Like, what's your take on that?
So personally, I feel it's, comedy's comedy. You know what I mean? Some people are good at doing, I'll use an example. Dave Chappelle, right? The Chappelle Show did a lot of skits. He's over there, he's a blind black KKK member. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Hang that nigger.
Niggas wild. Niggas wild.
Everybody.
Dave Chappelle is one of one. He's one of one.
Well, Dave Chappelle always kept it black perspective, and that's what kept him funny, because he was like, I could do a white joke, but it's from a black perspective.
Right. But in using the purpose of me using that example is just to say that, like, yes, there can be crossover, right? You can have a white guy who comes out and does impressions of black people, of Mexican people, of Asian people, as so long as the information that they're giving is nuanced, right? So I'll give you an example. If I'm a white guy from Connecticut, I don't know. I've never been to Connecticut, so I don't know what it's like out there, but I'm just using an example. A white guy from Connecticut. Let's just say I'm from a really ritzy neighborhood. I only know, my neighborhood is 99% white, and then the 1% that's not white is just like Mexicans or something. So I've never seen a black person. And if I go on stage and I try to tell a joke about black people, I don't have a nuanced understanding of black people, right? So I might just, whatever I see on TV is how I will assume black people are. So I see black people are fucking, fucking murderers and all this shit on TV because I saw OJ Simpson shit, right? Like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do any black comedy, right? But if, let's say, like Killa, right? Now, if Killa was a comedian, he could probably do some good black comedy because he understands he understands like the verbiage. He understands, like, if, we hang out with Jorge. And so I might be like, hey, what's up, Holmes? You feel me? Like, not to say like that's a joke or anything, but I might like do an impression. And I have an understanding of how, like, the Mexican culture is. So it could come across as funny because you're like, I could see a Mexican doing that. Right. And it's not, but it's not racist. It's just a joke. It's just like, I'm just doing,
like, not to start another topic. If you were to have like a conversation in someone's language, you wouldn't say it like a fucking, you're speaking English. Like when I'm speaking Spanish,
estás, homie?
Yeah. When I speak Spanish, it's like, ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Like, I'm adding that extra, like, nigga, I'm trying to be Mexican, nigga. I'm trying.
Right.
I want you to understand, like, I'm speaking your language, bro. And
Correcto mundo.
Like, everybody feels that when, like, it's a respect level.
Yeah.
I was in Mexico.
That's funny as shit.
No, 100%, bro. I think that's what determines, how you can approach your comedic, like your comedic act, I guess you would say, is based on your understanding of the thing. So the reason why white people are so good at white people comedy is because they're white and they live a white experience, right? The reason why black people are so good at black comedy is because they live a black experience, right? And other black people are like, yo, I understand what that is because I come from that similar community. I've overcome similar struggles and shit like that. Like, it's a reason why white boys talk about dick jokes. You feel me? Because them niggas ain't got nothing else to fucking talk about and shit else like hard for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like no pun intended. But so that's my thing is like, yo, I hang out with a lot of white guys.
Hold on. This is just a weird occurrence that I had in my life, but had y'all have white people always, especially white guys? Oh, bro, you probably got the biggest dick in here, bro. Oh, you for sure got the biggest dick, bro, for sure. You jumped the highest 200, bro. You probably the best runner in this motherfucker. You like, damn, bro, I guess I am. Huh? My confidence is up like a motherfucker in here. I am the best in this bitch.
So Jay Younger, shout out to Jay. Obviously always used to kick it with the Shasta dudes, right? And they're a mix. They're not all white, but they have a white it's like the culture. It's like white culture almost, right? Like bro,
if we were to
I'll
say white
bro
culture, it's bro.
I'll say bro culture. Bro culture. That's what it is. It's bro comedy. It's not white boy comedy. I actually wanted to say that earlier when he was describing it, but bro culture, bro comedy is that like what Anthony does is like, hey, yeah, let us see your dick. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, all funny games, but pull out your dick. Let me see your dick.
Bro,
why, bro? What are you doing this for? Why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But
100%.
I grew up around that. I'm around these fools. So for me, it don't make me feel any type of way. I'm not like, hey man, fucking calm down. What are you doing? Are you fucking gay or something? Like, what the fuck, man? This is fucking weird. I'm out of here, dude. I'm fucking out of here. I'm clicking end on this call. I'm going to bed. But nah, bro. I think it's really like it's just a matter of who you grew up with, what your nuance is, your understanding of shit, and yeah.
And I got 2 points to make on that. First, I gotta tell a story because Will, you weren't at my party, so you missed this. I told all these niggas. So I got a homie called named Lionel. And he was my roommate when I was playing ball at college.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember this shit, E, when I was telling you how my white friends did them. Scandalous, nigga. So we at the school for less than like 2 or 3 weeks, bro. And I'm already cool with everybody at the school because I literally been up there for almost a year, damn near. But it's just been, just taking little classes here and there. I can't go to school with y'all yet because I ain't hooping for real. I ain't gonna really go there until I'm hooping. First week we throw a party and we were shit-faced drunk. And I'm like, oh shit, Lionel, stick with me. I know these dudes, like they'll do some shit to you, bro. Stick with me. And Lionel's just out here. His first time, being out with us like this. He from SoCal. He don't know nobody but me out here. Mm-hmm. Fucking long story short, all of a sudden I look around an hour or two in the party. Lionel's gone, bro. Like, hey, y'all seen Lionel? And he's like, nah, we ain't seen him. I don't know where he at. I'm like, nah, bro, something ain't right, bro. This nigga, something ain't right. My spidey senses is going off. Let me go outside real quick, bro. Not till literally opening the door to go outside. You know how like if some shit going on outside, when you open the door, it immediately catches your side vision. Caught my side vision. This nigga has his pants down. 2 of my teammates, Casey Hankey and Alex Fetzer, are standing next to him going, yeah, bro, just keep taking them off, bro. Just keep taking them off, bro. Just run naked out here, bro. You can do it all, bro. And Lionel just like, I guess so, bro. It slowly, surely just, I literally, hey, put your fucking clothes. What the fuck y'all doing out here? Y'all trying to rape my nigga? Like, really? Just like, y'all trying to rape him, bro? Like, what's going on out here? And Casey was like, we were just fucking. I was like, Lionel, get your ass in the house. Put your clothes back on, nigga. Like, what is going on?
When was this?
This was my sophomore year in college, nigga.
What? What the fuck, bro? That's weird.
You gotta think I'm a 21-year-old sophomore at the time, so I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is going on there? But Lionel is like drunk, like Lionel drinks, bro. If he can get drunk and he feel comfortable, he'll blackout drink on you, nigga.
Hell no, bro.
That's not safe.
That wasn't. Listen, that wasn't white boy comedy. That was white boy rape.
You're right.
I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking. But
Don't be comfortable with me, nigga. Blackout on purpose, nigga. The fuck?
Yeah, bro.
That
Like,
boy Lionel was wild.
you gotta keep that shit at home, homie.
Hey, the pool race, he was a full black and Mexican, straight up. He was black and Mexican, and that nigga showed it everywhere. He be speaking Spanish and catch niggas off guard.
That's hella funny. Yeah, nah. I don't think I've ever. I mean, look, I've been fucked up. You feel me? I've been fucked up to the point. I don't think either one of you guys was there. There was this party, and let me tell you, like, Willie used to be a wild boy. You know what I'm saying? Wild boy. So I'm fucked up, and we're at the party, and it's like the Muffin Top crew, right? And
I'm so mad.
No,
No,
just
told
like-
me about that.
I know, bro. Because right when he said it, I start picturing faces.
All right, so look at so I'm hella fucked up, and I just like I'm looking around. I see hella women. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why I'm feeling bold. I'm like the music was going. I'm feeling hella good. So I'm like, hey, get up on the fucking on the countertop.
Wow.
Fucking drop my pants, bro. Drop my drawers and just start.
Oh, no.
fucking, like,
Oh no! Oh no!
Nigga,
He's
no.
like Willie wanted to show everybody what was going on.
Yo, bro.
No.
I just
Like,
remember.
y'all know what I'm working with.
Yo, I was just talking about some. Hey, and everybody's like looking at me like, oh shit, look at that. All the girls are just staring at shit.
Damn,
And
they would have recorded that shit.
to be honest, I don't even know like what led to that. And I don't know
Liquor.
what happened. I don't know what happened. after
Liquor, nigga.
Liquor.
Niggas. Yeah, clearly liquor. But yeah, bro, I was fucked up, and I just remember like everybody's looking at me shit. And this is before, you feel me, niggas could whip the phone out. Like it was before you could just be on some like recording. You know what I'm saying? Like just off the home screen. This was like, nigga, you damn near couldn't even record. You know what I mean? Like this was 2011 or something, like 2010 or some shit like that.
Before smartphones were smart, nigga.
Before niggas could be online forever.
For real.
Before some
real.
shit was never being able to be taken off. But yeah, so that was a wild night. And let me tell you, I gotta give it to your boy Lionel, because that nigga didn't know anybody and felt comfortable. I knew everybody. I was like, nigga, fuck it, bro.
The real question is, did you lamb some cheeks that night, nigga? You over here showing the willy. Did you lamb some, man? Did them bitches choose up like, oh shit, I guess I can't fuck with Willie?
I couldn't tell you for sure, yes. I couldn't tell you for sure,
was
yes.
drunk,
But I
bro.
can tell you for sure that after that night, I got in on one of them, on one of those.
Muffin top.
I'm trying to like I was trying to
Gotcha.
like I was trying to tiptoe around it so hard right now. Yo, I was trying to tiptoe.
You gotta
around
let that out the
so
bag,
hard right now.
brother. You gotta just
I
let
was
that
like,
out the bag.
yeah, it
You-
kind of, you feel me? One thing led to another. We was at one of their house. The other one, you feel me, snuck in up on me on the at the bathroom, talking about some, oh, Willie, like, nigga, I've been looking for you. Nigga.
Damn.
I'm like, hey, hold on now. I'm just shaking the
That
fist.
nigga
You know what I'm saying?
Gave
No.
her the dirty D. Gave her the
No.
dirty D.
Yeah, bro. That was a wild night. That night led to
Yeah.
let me not
Bruh, if niggas could just
Expose
expose
myself.
themselves, oh my god.
It's not really an
Man.
exposed because it's like a known thing. Okay, so let me just go into it.
Murder
We
he
already
wrote.
here. Right. So we
Murder
already
he
here.
wrote.
He said it's a known thing.
No, it's a known thing in terms of like. Anyways, so what happened was that shit happened. So we was at one person's house, and I'm not gonna give out names because you feel me. I think after the last episode,
How does
I
nigga
kinda-
trying to protect it?
I think after the last episode, I kind of like
All right, so
did
you
some self-reflecting. So anyway, so we're at one of the girls' houses, and you know, this is someone that obviously we hung out with a lot. You feel me? What some would say like a good friend, best friend level type shit, right? So I think you guys can kind of pick the bones out of that. So we're at one of their houses, you feel me, all getting drunk and shit. And you know, like I said, so I go to the bathroom, right? And I'm in there taking a piss, and all of a sudden, old girl comes in. She's just like, Willie, I've been looking for you. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, I've been right here. I've been here.
Hit
What do
that
you mean?
nigga hit that nigga with a line though. Willie, I'm looking for you.
She
what you
closed
mean?
the door. She closed the door. She locked the door, and nigga, my pants already down. You know what I mean? Like one thing led to another. One thing led to one thing. You know what I'm saying? And then so you feel me? Did the thing. We were in the bathroom standing up. Okay, keep that in mind. Fast forward to later in the night. One of our niggas is like, "Hey, bro, this other shorty wants to come through, come pick us up, come over to her friends or like to her friend's house who's not home. Like her friend is out of town or something. She wants to come and pick us up, like on some like run a train shit, right?" So nigga, I mean, shit. I'm here. You feel me? Like let's do it. So shorty comes, picks us up, takes us back. We go back to the other house, right? So we're like running the train or whatever, and then we had like gotten done. So we got done, and similar situation happened. I'm in the bathroom, right? And I'm fucking like, I don't know, I was probably like cleaning myself off or like taking a piss or something. This new shorty walks into the bathroom and is like, let's get it. So I'm like, okay. That nigga started recording the shit, right? And he records this shit, and she looks over and she talk about some. She looks over talking about some. Oh my god, are you fucking recording? Like, stop recording. He's like, oh, I'm not. And she's like, she just keeps going. He keeps recording or whatever, right? And then so, she fucking. Then we stop, right? We stop.
It's a crazy porno already.
Listen. So the next day, right? The next day, the first shorty hits me talking about, what the fuck is your problem? How the fuck could you do this? Yada yada yada. I'm like, what are you talking about? What? How can I do what? She's like,
but you were in a separate house.
you had somebody record us, and you're sending that shit around, and her friend just showed me, what the fuck, Willie, you're fucking like all this shit. And I'm like,
This nigga
Yo.
Willie was recording.
I'm like, yo, what is going on? Right? That nigga had sent that. I don't know if he sent it or just showed it. Somehow,
This nigga Willie
the girls
is
at the
on
first.
Pornhub,
So listen,
everybody, look
No,
this
no,
nigga
listen.
up.
So the girl from the first house thought that she was the one that was recorded in the video, but it was really the shorty from the second house that was recorded in the video. So she was
but they
tripping,
look alike.
thinking that she a look like if you're on a blurry ass iPhone 2, iPhone 3, they fucking look alike. But so it's like she's just like, that's the same position we were in. We were in a bathroom too. That was from last night. This nigga had somebody, like, she jumped the gun and went straight in my head. And I'm like, I had to like clear my name. I'm like, oh no, like
What you don't know is I got bitches, ho. So stay on my motherfucking business.
She was trying to one and done a nigga. She didn't know a nigga had backup
Bro,
clips.
She didn't know. And then from that point on, she kind of like, you feel me, felt hella bad. Cause then now she's like, oh shit, like, damn, I didn't know that this nigga was a hot commodity like that. She start trying to like kick it and shit. I'm like, nah, bitch. No, ho.
Nah, you weird. You weird.
No,
you weird,
no,
bitch.
no. I was like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Mistakes happen. We
Mistakes,
it's all right.
it's okay.
Don't even fucking trip. Like, let's get together again soon. XOXO.
Right.
This nigga stupid.
That's when niggas that's when niggas really used to get ghosts.
Oh shit, bruh. Yeah, that was a wild one. That was a wild ass night. Man, we had some wild nights back in those days. You feel me?
It's
and
so
I should
wild.
say we did this. The last episode's not gonna really. I don't think we're gonna air that one. I was gonna say, and I definitely made sure to wear a condom both times.
Yeah, no, we airing everything, bro. I'm finna,
What did you
I'm
say?
finna
What
get
were you
all
just
the
gonna
shit
say?
and splice that up. We finna air everything. But
What were you just
I was
gonna
gonna say it's crazy how, like, back in the day, niggas would really be like, you live in such a small town that you'd be like, oh, I got this one hoe. And you'd be like, yeah, I fucked that hoe a while ago. What you talking about? But niggas be so under wraps that you'd be like, why you even tell me that, nigga? If you hadn't told me, nigga, I wouldn't have said nothing, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if you would have said something early, I would have told you not to do it, nigga.
Yeah, bro. We used to be some wild boys. That's what happens because Manteca's not a small town. It's a small city. You know what I'm saying? It's like in between.
Bro,
the town and the
how
city.
wild is that though? Because
They have 100,000 people out there now.
bro, there's people in like Idaho and shit who like, my city is 3,000 people. Nigga, my small town is 60. And that's when I got here. It's at least 100 now.
Yeah, it's 100 now. Yo, it was so crazy. I back in March, we went to we drove down to Austin. And we were out there at a hotel or whatever, and we're swimming at the pool. And this dude's daughter is like swimming with C, and so I was like talking to him, and he I think like either I asked him or he asked me like, what do you do or something like that, and he was like, oh, or no, actually he asked, where are you from? And I was like, oh, well, you know, I live out in Dallas, but originally from California, near the Bay Area. And he was like, oh, no way. Yeah, we just you know, he was saying he's like a doctor, but not a doctor. He's like an investor or some shit like that. He was like, yeah, we just opened up an office out in this place called Manteca. And I'm like, what?
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm from Manteca. Like, that's from there. He's like, oh, no way. Whoa, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, damn, like, what are the odds of that? Like, Manteca used to be such a, like, you couldn't find another person who, even in, like, you damn near could go to the Bay Area and ask if a person knew who Manteca was, and they'll be like, the fuck is that? Where's Manteca?
So that's crazy because I, living in Oakland last fucking 8-9 years. Hey, where you from, bro? I'm like from Stockton, Manteca area. Oh, Manteca, it get cracking out there. Be like, what the fuck? And that was like for the last 8 years, people would just randomly say that. I'd be like, what the fuck? And then for our last episode to hear Ron be like, yeah, niggas be driving from like Fresno, hella far to come party out here. And I'm like, nigga, it's the shit done turned around. The completely 180.
Niggas must be coming to party at some fucking high school parties. What the fuck they going out to Manteca to party for?
remember when he was saying like niggas came out here, maybe coming out here partying and shit and getting into fights and shit, like niggas not from out here. I was like, oh shit.
Nah, bro, that's different.
Remember, I was like, y'all niggas still fighting LHP, nigga. Like, y'all still fighting them niggas.
Yeah, that's what y'all doing.
So, Life Jennings, huh? Oh shit, yeah. All right. Well, I
That's
guess we're
crazy.
we're done with the Life Jennings thing, and obviously we kind of talked through that whole shit. We got on
Yeah.
the fucking we got on the racism and fucking getting drunk and getting raped.
This
As a
nigga
drunk
E was supposed to
man.
be asking about white people jokes, and it went somewhere completely different.
That's true. We jumped around a lot, but that makes for better conversation. There's no agenda.
Yeah.
uh so it's we're right at time. So any final thoughts, anything you guys want to say before we wrap it up?
Point I was gonna make earlier that I didn't make was when you were talking about Life Jennings and what was happening with him. I would say personally, real discipline. And this is, you got to think, I'm a person who lived in America. As a Black person, I do feel like there are things that happen that could be racist. True discipline is being able, through all things, to smile through it and not let it affect you emotionally. Meaning, okay, someone says a word that used to get me back in the day. You are not finna call me a bitch. That is fighting word off tops. Off tops back in the day. You can call me a bitch all you want today. It does not affect me. Simply because your words cannot make me do anything I don't want to do. If I fight you, it's because I personally did not like you and I was always wanting to fight you. It wasn't because you called me a bitch that day. This was always coming. I just needed a good enough reason for myself to be like, you know what? This was the bitch that got you.
Yeah.
So being true discipline, like, oh, y'all asked me for my shit? All right, here. And now I'm laughing at the shit because it's like they keep asking me for my shit. They think I ain't got it. Hey, you want your shit too? I got next nigga who. Oh, you want my shit too? Now I'm in first class. I'm gonna act the ass now. Hey man, since they thought I ain't got it, I need this, I need that. You know what I mean? Really pump that shit up. My ego would get felt off of that, but everybody different. Everybody different. It's just the way you perspective.
That's a dope way to flex. Bitch, but give me all your alcohol. Nobody else in this fucking shit can have any alcohol. Fuck you guys.
Right? Thought I couldn't afford this shit.
That's hella funny. E, you got anything else?
Be legendary.
Okay, Kobe. Okay, Devin Booker.
I'm saying that because that's gonna be my next tat, man.
Okay, Devin Booker. Okay. You gonna get it written out the same way? You gonna get it in Kobe scripture?
No.
Bro, why?
Because it wouldn't go with the font that I'm already using on my
nigga, don't be
half-ass jacker
watching this nigga.
You a half-ass jacker, bro. You didn't even jack it for its full shit. Nigga. You just half-assed it.
Right, bro, because I'm getting it in a different font.
Man, you stop jacking Kobe, nigga. You over here jacking off Kobe.
Nigga, shut up, nigga. Be legendary, nigga.
That's hella funny. All right.
Hey, question though.
Yeah.
So who got that game tonight?
Bruh.
Oh, it's tonight?
That's crazy. 2-2.
Is it tonight?
That's crazy.
It's not tonight. Is it?
All right, I don't know if it's tonight, but the fact that the Suns are
or it's tomorrow. No, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow, right? I thought one was tonight, but it may be tomorrow.
I gotta start.
Let's find out. But NBA Finals Game 5 Saturday.
So tomorrow.
Saturday, yeah. I mean, I got the Suns winning the series, honestly, bro. So I mean, yeah, I got the Suns winning the series. Yeah,
it's either Chris Paul gets his first chip and Devin Booker starts his legacy, or they make Giannis the new, KD type, LeBron type. Oh, he's the next king of the, you know what I mean, league type nigga.
Yeah.
It's one of those narratives that's gonna play out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. Whoever the winner is, there's something to play off of. There's a story to build off of it for sure. Mm-hmm. So I think they lean Phoenix Suns because then you start to get Jason Tatum, like I was saying, like at the beginning of the fucking playoffs, like the Jason Tatum and Devin Booker rivalry could be the new Larry and Magic. Not saying that they're going to be as great as Larry and Magic, just simply saying like the East versus the West, and there's two superstars and shit. I genuinely believe both of them will be superstars in one day, at one point or another. So, but yeah, we'll see. I got tomorrow in Phoenix. I think the Suns take it.
Nope, I'm going Bucks.
I don't know if we can get to a game. I don't know. They might go game 7. They might fuck around and go game 7. I don't know.
Bucks and
We'll see.
6. Bucks and 6.
Oh, you heard it here. You
All
heard it here.
right, we're gonna see. All right, well, thank you everybody for tuning in. You just watched one of the inaugural episodes of the Ignorant Intellect. We got something that we're gonna start cooking for y'all. We've been talking a lot. We've been trying to get something to work. So we'll see how things roll out. But thank you. We appreciate you guys' support. Please make sure this is gonna be on YouTube. It'll be on all the podcast platforms at some point or another. But make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment if there's anything you'd like for us to talk about in a future episode. And we will be sure to get back to y'all with either a response or a big fuck you. No, I'm just joking. But yeah,
And we're friendly people. And we're friendly people. We like weed. We like liquor. We like food. We drink water.
We do it all.
Brand,
we're multi-talented. No.
so if you're an upcoming brand and just want to have something to put on the platform as well, we also do a little sponsorship. So don't be afraid to reach out as well.
There you go. And with that, we'll wrap it up. So again, appreciate you guys. Talk to you on the next one.
One time.
Peace.